Welcome to Narrator's Cut. Today we're going to show you an action sci-fi movie called The Tomorrow War. When a troop of time travelers from the year 2051 comes on the scene to deliver an urgent message, 30 years in the future, humanity is losing a worldwide battle against a terrible extraterrestrial race. The whole globe is taken by surprise. Watch out for spoilers and keep an eye on. Dan Forrester, a biology teacher and former Green Beret, is unsuccessful in getting a position at a famous research facility in December 2022. Soldiers from the year 2051 appear at a Christmas party where he is watching the World Cup, telling him that humankind is on the verge of extinction due to a conflict with extraterrestrial invaders known as the White Spikes. According to the most recent estimates, the white spikes will come in November 2048 and kill the bulk of humankind 3 years later. As a result, members of the world's forces are sent into the future through a wormhole technology known as the jump link. However, less than 30% of those dispatched live to return in 7 days, necessitating a global draft. After a year of conscription in the growth of the anti-war movement, there seems to be a little chance for the survival of humankind. Dan gets the notification that he has been conscripted and goes to basic training with other draftees in the military. Dan and his fellow draftee Charlie conclude that to avoid a contradiction, those who are conscripted have already perished before the war begins. The draftees are transported in time to a battleground in Miami Beach. But only a small number of them survive since they were dropped in the wrong area above the city. Colonel Forrester orders the draftees to save the lives of neighboring lab staff before the area is sterilized, and they do so. The draftees realize the lab crew has died, but they can retrieve the research they have done. Dan reports the situation on the radio to command. Dan is informed that no assistance would be sent to rescue the trapped men. Most of the draftees are slain, except for Dan, Charlie, and Dorian, a battle-hardened soldier on his third deployment into the future. The survivors awaken at a military encampment in the Dominican Republic where they had spent in the previous night. Colonel Forrester, who turns out to be Dan's adult daughter Muri, requests Dan report to Colonel Forrester. She asks him to join her on a mission to catch a female white spike, which is far more challenging to come by than the males that are more often met. It is only when they have trapped and caged the female that hundreds of men descend on their location. Dan and Muri flee to a nearby beach as the chopper carrying the female take off. They call for help on the radio. The character of Dan is shown to be unsatisfied with his life after losing his job by Muri, who then abandons his family and dies in a vehicle accident in 2030. Dan, Muri, and the female white spike are carried to the jump link, situated on a fortified oil rig outside Port Nelson, where they will be held captive. Dan and his daughter are developing a chemical that will be lethal to the kidnapped woman. It is just as they are about to break into the base when they discover a match for the aliens. The previously imprisoned girl skewers Colonel Forrester with one of her spikes as the white spikes launch an assault on the fortification. The poison is transmitted back to the past just as she is about to drop from the gantry. Dan follows her off just as she is about to do the same to him. Dan attempts to deliver the poison to the military to be transported back into the future, but discovers that the jump link has been taken down due to the white spike's destruction of the jump link. As a result of the news that the jump link is down, the globe has descended into chaos, with many believing that the battle has been lost. While Dan and his wife Emmy are brainstorming, Emmy concludes that the white spikes did not arrive in 2048 but rather much earlier. The white spikes have been on Earth since the Millennium eruption in year 946. According to Dan's consultation with Charlie and Martin, a high school student with interest in volcanoes and global warming is responsible for their release as they thawed out and emerged from beneath the ice caps. Dan goes on a trip to Russia with Charlie, Dorian, and a few other surviving future soldiers and his estranged father James to test his hypothesis. At the Academy of Sciences glacier in Komsomolets Island, the crew discovers the wreckage of an extraterrestrial spacecraft. They discuss whether or not to inform the rest of the world about the danger, but ultimately decide to eliminate the threat right now. Once inside, they discover that the white spikes are not actual aliens, but rather bioengineered beings that may have been utilized as planet-clearing weapons or as livestock by another alien culture before being released on Earth. This kills those injected but awakens the others, resulting in the death of the majority of the White Spikes squad members. Dorian, who is terminally ill with cancer and wishes to die on his terms, stays behind to detonate a C4 bomb aboard the ship, killing all but one of the white spikes. As Dan and his father hunt down the lone girl who has fled, they discover that they are the only survivors along with Charlie from the squad. Dan is relieved that the conflict has been avoided and that humankind has been preserved, and he brings James home to meet his wife and daughter, resolved not to repeat the same errors that Marie had warned him about in the future from her perspective. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed it, and please leave a comment, like, and subscribe to the channel for more interesting movies to recap. Take care and see you at the next video!